Okay, go
Just
for
say
it.
it. No, but it's not even that. Like, if we're gonna cancel an episode, you guys got to let me know ahead of time. You know, it's not like a day of, and now we've got 2 weeks that we're missing. You know,
You were, this is how you're going to start?
this
You
is
were
how we're gonna
at the
start.
garage. You literally, I said, hey, what do you think about today? Just you and me. And you were like, oh, that sounds good. I'm already at the garage.
So like I was saying, we got to get it to at least another 10,000.
Please, what? So did you clean off the 12 years of? Let me not go there. That's too far. Just.
Hey, yo, and this, you know what I'm saying?
What is this? This
It's
is
not
like,
even a morning routine if you don't dunk your face in a bowl. I don't got a banana peel, but that's beside the point.
You don't be a follower, you goddamn sheep. Just ridiculous.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, guys, if you didn't know, the morning routine doesn't start until you dunk your face in a bowl of ice water and you get it to at least another 10,000 and rub a banana peel on your face.
It doesn't start till you actually make it in the pool.
And jump for 4 minutes. For those of you who are not chronically online, all of what we're saying makes absolutely no sense, but just look up sparkling ice water. I'm not even.
Don't do it.
Do you know that?
You don't need
Don't
to
look
do
up the banana to face. Don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe don't do that. Do you know that the stock of that brand went up over the weekend? Like the actual stock went up. There's in Hoboken near you, Adam. Storefronts were buying cases and bringing them to the store because they were selling out because people were buying them. We're in the era of meme to fame. To be fair, though, that guy apparently already has like millions on YouTube and Instagram.
Speaking of me in this area, Jasmine, I need you to talk to a friend of yours for me.
Can you be
I
specific?
need you to talk to Cleo for me because I don't get what Disney and him are doing with like the Holes 2 announcement over here with the amount of holes that are popping up everywhere. Like the highway by me is completely shut down. It is unreal.
He said this promo was immaculate.
4 sinkholes in Jersey. We had an earthquake and a sinkhole in the same day this weekend.
I feel like there were several post-apocalyptic movies about that. Adam, you need to move. This is all a precursor for.
Y'all have fires. You had drones in the sky the size of SUVs.
There was a movie, and I forget. Why do I feel like Sylvester Stallone was in it? There was
called San Andreas with The Rock.
No, but that's also a shitty movie. But no, I'm talking. This was a good movie, but essentially, there's like a tunnel. There's a tunnel that goes underwater in New York, and there was a movie about what happened when that tunnel. Is this not a real thing? Is there no tunnel that goes
I feel like
underwater?
I know what you're talking about. There is a tunnel that goes underwater.
But this tunnel exploded. It literally exploded and it like flooded or was beginning to flood. But it was so sad. There were old people, young people, someone with a dog.
Are you just mixing something with the Titanic? Because that's what that sounds like.
No, I'm going to find this movie and I'm going to send it to you. And if you guys are in the chat and you've seen this movie, it's Adam, this is a really good movie, but it was so sad. And it was a whole thing about like the problems with New York. It starts with a sinkhole and then it just explodes. And it was just, there's a moment in this film, I'm going to spoil it, but there's a moment in this film where the little boy, either it's his dog or like someone who died gave him the dog, but they have to swim underwater for 2 minutes. You can't push a dog underwater for 2 minutes. So he gives the dog to his dad. And as the little boy is swimming, the dad's like, don't worry, I'm going to get the dog under. I'm going to get the dog through. And he doesn't even try. He unleashes the dog and then just swims. And when he gets to the other side, he's like, I lost him. The dog, he ran away. Is this you mean
Dupree?
What?
At least if I'm seeing correctly, this movie is called Daylight.
Maybe.
I just love how Jasmine's like trying to, hey, I don't want to ruin any spoilers for this movie. Also going, I think, I don't know, but possibly this, but maybe this.
There is Sylvester Stallone. There is Sylvester Stallone.
Maybe. I don't, it might be Daylight. But I just.
Last Action Hero?
No.
Never mind, listen.
I'm just messing.
No, but it's
I literally looked up Lincoln Tunnel explode dog scene and
that might be it. That might be it then. It might be Daylight. But it was just it's one of the saddest movies you'll ever watch.
Nope, saddest movie I watched was last week.
What happened last week?
Bob Trevino likes it. is fantastic. Jasmine, you as an Academy person always know this. There's always a slew of really good movies that happen right after awards are given out
Yes,
that
accurate.
everybody forgets about once the Oscars come back around.
Most people forget about.
Correct. But you understood where I was going with that. This is one of those movies. Barbie Ferreira's in it from Euphoria.
Yeah. I
John
haven't seen
John
this yet.
Leguizamo's in it. This, while I would love for it to get a best movie nom, Barbie deserves a leading actress nomination in this. It was as good as Mikey Madison's performance in Anora.
Oh my God.
You can scowl all you want.
Sorry,
You can
guys.
scowl pancakes all you want. I don't care.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Like, Mikey Madison was fine. I just don't think she deserved the best pick. I just don't think she deserved
So
it.
I don't disagree with you that, like, because I watched Anora the other day. I think her performance is
It's
good.
the sentence. I think it's the sentence. It's as good as Best Picture was a.
I didn't say she should win. I said she deserves a nomination because it was as good as Mikey Madison. You went with the she deserves to win because I just said she deserves a nomination because it's as good as Mikey Madison's.
My apologies. I've made it.
Because I'm here for the memes on top of the movie talk. Just this came up while I was looking for one of the topics.
Bro, we've moved past this.
736 Leap of Faith. Anyways, hi everybody. Happy.
Oh yeah,
this is dropping on a Monday.
Intros.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast. It still has no name.
It has
The No Name Podcast.
name.
What?
Taglined under Amor Unfiltered for right now.
Yeah,
maybe.
I guess that's the subtag.
Jordan, remember this is the podcast that has not as many followers on it. That's what was established last week, right?
What are we on audio platforms or are we just on YouTube? Oh, we're on audio. Hey, we hadn't been saying nothing to Apple people. Hey, review.
First of all, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Apple's in trouble right now. They're giving away 6 months for Apple is on like life support at this point. Like they're sitting here, hey, we'll give you 6 months of Apple Music for like $10. Okay, please just use
I
us.
hear you, but what's wrong with Apple? Like, why have we got
Spotify is treating it like a little bitch. Spotify's crushing it. YouTube is crushing it. Nobody uses Apple. Why do I have to pay for music and stuff? Like, just give me my music.
So this is where like I think the millennial in me reaches like the millennial version of the boomer stage though, because for me, I had Apple Music on my phone already on my iPhone, and people keep trying to convince me to go to Spotify, and I'm like, I'm not. I can't. I'm out. I can't do it.
Maybe
but they
that's
do
the
apparently
difference.
in the media realm for the actual subjects of this podcast. Apparently, they reported they have lost $1 billion the last year for their productions. But I mean, a projected loss for them is tax write-offs, and also people were like, if that's the sacrifice for good media, because everyone's talking about Severance, whatever, but then like also their shows and movies have been, they get a lot of A-list people to not promote their streaming stuff.
So to sum it up, a lot of the income that they use for their television productions comes from the music revenue.
Probably, yeah.
You went from yes to probably.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I don't know the books.
The other side of this, Jasmine, is look at popularity. What happens towards the end of the year?
I don't want to look at popularity.
Everybody wants to be a part of Spotify Wraps. Everybody and it's
didn't
like
didn't Apple do an Apple Wrap or something?
This
Apple
is like
Replay.
green bubble, blue bubble. We all have bubbles, but if your shit's green, you're fucking weird.
I see, said the blind man.
Your shit's green. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but you
Jordan, am I wrong?
But am I wrong? But did you die?
But did you die though?
We had a list of things that we were supposed to be talking about, other than
Okay, which horrible thing do you want to talk about first?
What did I say? Let's get the
None are positive.
Well, the Sadie Sink one is somewhat positive.
Is it?
Yeah.
So the news was positive. The reception to me was annoying, but like it is what it is. So those of you that don't know,
first of all, can I thank you for being on point with the screens, man behind the computer, or
Man
whatever
in the
that
chair.
is, man in the chair. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
yeah.
Oracle.
Yeah, so Yeah, it was announced Sadie Sink was gonna be cast in Spider-Man 4. And let's get the annoying part out of the way first. She's a redhead. Immediately everybody was like, so we're getting the real Mary Jane. Bump that Zendaya, da 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 da. We getting a pretty blah blah blah. And I'm just like,
Shut up. Nobody said that.
oh,
Racism.
absolutely.
Racism.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't.
People
I'm not
were
on that side. I'm on the Disney princess side. Thank you, Snow White.
stay on it. Stay
Because
on it.
I like, don't get it twisted. I heard a lot of aggressive negotiations in what Sadie Sink should be, whether it be Mary Jane, Fire Star, whether it be Jean Grey, or my favorite, the baby Parker, the daughter. What is her name?
Yeah, that's
Mayday.
what this theory is
Mayday.
saying is Mayday Parker.
So, where are you guys landing?
On the
I
opposite
saw
of don't do that in the microphone again. Jesus.
ASMR.
yeah, this is where people were saying the nonsense. But someone pointed out, this said sharp, free-spirited woman who's strong-willed, intelligent, and not easily intimidated. Some people have been theorizing Felicia Hardy.
No, my money's in Gwen Stacy. And
True,
the reason I say that is because the Spider-Man ingenues have had a history of casting blondes and turning them redhead. And so I think that this follows the trend of them casting someone who is typically redhead just to throw a red herring.
Because technically they did that with Emma Stone, right? Because Emma Stone is naturally redhead too. Yeah, true.
Emma Stone is naturally blonde. Emma Stone is naturally blonde, and they made her a redhead for that stupid movie.
When other movies. See, I guess I thought she was a
launched
redhead.
her career.
Easy A?
No, the one before that with Jonah Hill and all of them, the dumb one.
Superbad?
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's originally a blonde.
You did not. First of all, you and I both know the same person that loves that movie. There's no way you're calling Superbad a bad movie.
I never said it was a bad.
I'm saying stupid.
I said stupid.
I mean, Dumb and Dumber is stupid, but people love it.
Dumb and Dumber is fantastic.
It's literally called Dumb and Dumber. It's called Dumb and Dumber, though.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dumb and Dumber right now with those opinions. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh no, we let the white man out. Hold on.
Who do you think Sadie Sink is gonna be? I don't necessarily want Mayday because I feel like I'm tired of multiverse Spider-Man, bruh. Let him fight with Daredevil.
That's what it's Sony. It's Sony still owns it. So I think this is if they did Mayday, this is the easiest way to compromise between the two things that Disney wanted and Sony wanted. Sony wants multiverse and Disney wanted low-end, small crime, like street level Peter Parker. I think this is an interesting way to do the two without going completely overboard, because we do have Secret Wars coming up, obviously, with Peter in there.
Doomsday.
Right, and Doomsday and all that stuff. So like we'll have tons of multiversal stuff. I don't care is the fucking answer. That's the
Marvel
real
and Sony
answer.
have no
I
comment.
don't care.
When is this movie supposed to come out? Is it 2026?
Who knows?
GTA 6 is the answer. I don't know.
Everything got a GTA 6. You have Fable 4 release date.
God.
Did you see people were theorizing that she was going to be Jean Grey? Why would Jean Grey be?
One. Hold on, stop it, because that's the actual one that, like, as much as I want Gwen Stacy, we are moving towards X-Men. That's the big thing.
Agreed.
Sadie, but also we're starting with them young. We're building up to, because the big thing about the old X-Men is we dropped in when they were like in their 30s. We're not doing that. We're starting at the younger generation, and we already have Beast, who's been cast in the older mentor role, and that casting is done. We've cast Beast, that's ready to go. The people who have not been cast fully, I think we might have like rumors for a lot of the main three, the Scott Summers, Jean Grey, and Wolverine, Logan. Those are speculated, but they're not linked in yet.
I thought Disney and them came out a while ago saying that they weren't going to like restart it. It was going to be.
No, we're doing a hard reset. That's the whole thing about Doomsday and about Secret Wars, is it's a hard reset. So essentially with the incursion, there's an incursion that's going to happen. I'll make a video about this soon. But
really?
I swear to God. So there's an incursion, and when that happens, we're basically going to be cherry picking the characters that we want. So we need to start introducing, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but we need to start introducing a lot of the characters that we want to stay.
So y'all think that it'll kind of be almost like a Easter, not really Easter egg, but normally they used to like introduce or kind of say people's names like Winter Soldier. They name drop Stephen Strange. So then it's like if you know, you know. But now, like y'all don't remember that
You're talking
when
about us remembering a very specific person saying a random name
no, whenever
somewhere in the
so
25
so
years of Marvel.
in Winter Soldier, when they're talking about like Zola's program or whatever, the way that they introduce Doctor Strange is like they name drop like Stephen Strange, they say stuff like that. But
I'm
instead
gonna
of
tell you
doing
this
that,
right now.
we're full on
I
casting
watched.
Jean Grey, and then like just gonna be like it's like roll call the Peter Parker here, Gray Jean here, like
Mhm. Also, I only watched Winter Soldier once and put it aside.
man, that was just an example, but they do it all the time. Okay, better example. What was it? She-Hulk. I know you watched She-Hulk and loved it.
The Sea Hulk.
Okay,
Yes.
She-Hulk.
Mhm.
Did I say whatever? Anyways, they
You said
say
She-Hulk. She's
a
just picking on
guy
you.
a guy with metal knives fighting in a bar. Like they don't say Wolverine. Like I don't know. It just this thing of like let's introduce an X-Men in Spider-Man. I'm
Well,
like,
but we introduced the whole universe of X-Men already. When Spectrum, I don't remember what film, or the
Marvels.
Marvels. Yeah, in the Marvels, we had that cutscene at the end where we introduced that parallel universe with the X-Men. So they're around.
Just not up in this bitch.
Not this universe, and that's the
And not this
old X-Men because
universe.
that's the old Beast. So like we'll get those old X-Men characters, but question is now we have adamantium introduced and all the other stuff. How like because Wolverine's very old compared to what like how are we doing the storying? Like that's where I'm at.
Well,
But
and also like with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, they're saying that they're gonna have him till 90, and I think they're wanting Deadpool and Wolverine to have like space adventures together, and that's how they're gonna link and like do little cameos with them. So I think what they're trying to do is the Deadpool and Wolverine are
Make
gonna
that
be
shit
like
animated. I
just
don't want to fucking
something.
see that. I
That's
don't
all.
want to fucking see that.
You
That's just
know,
like, I'm sorry. Call me a
depending
hater
on
if you
what's
want.
going on, everything else around Ryan Reynolds, who knows what's going to happen?
Well, and I was gonna say I don't mean to be a hater, but I don't want to see Wesley Snipes come back as Blade. I don't. I don't want to see. I don't. Am I crazy for that?
Wouldn't it be
yeah.
crazy if they like casted somebody else's Blade? Like, God, who's somebody I could think? Like
Oh,
Mahershala
Mahershala
Ali.
Ali, the
Like,
one who was supposed to be.
yeah, that would
Yeah,
be crazy if they actually
Man,
did
when is
that.
that movie coming out, guys?
it's
GTA
not.
6.
It's not. They canceled it.
GTA 6 is gonna be the new thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that
never gonna
movie's
happen.
not. They canceled it. They
Yeah.
canceled it because of Deadpool and Wolverine. You didn't know that?
I mean, they keep saying they canceled it, and then they're like, no, it's not canceled. It's still held off. But yeah,
Well,
yeah.
like Jasmine, if you want, with the Easter egg thing, speaking of Easter eggs, like if you were in a courtroom and you were talking about other police officers and you brought up like a last name like Morales.
That's crazy. That's a good example. That example you should have used. That's a great.
I should have used that. I forgot because I was in the camp of his last name is Davis, but I then got put on the research that like he's been renamed in some continuities.
No,
and
in the main Bible. His name is Morales.
Also, time out real quick. Speaking of Bible, this is the wildest thing I saw today. I literally went to a store I will not name because it's not one I should be going to technically. They had a book sitting there and it was called the Action Bible, but it was redone as a comic book. And it was like the Bible comic book style.
With everything comic?
with Jesus in there.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, I will send you.
Some of those
Yes.
things. Some of
Yes,
those things
hold
should
on.
not. I mean,
Girl, I'm with you, but it was there.
I'm just
I
saying.
sent it to you. Sent it to you both. It was the craziest thing I saw today. But moving on to that, Jasmine, are you getting the goodies from iHeart Comics? Shout out to iHeart Comics. Love you guys. Are you getting the goodies as well, or you just know about them?
What are you talking about?
The
The envelopes are sending
stuff.
weekly of the evidence for the next episode.
Because you told Adam it was probably just newspaper. You told Adam it was probably just newspaper stuff. So he was asking, were you getting them too?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about right now.
All right, so the company iHeart Comics, they sent weekly a like for this week's episode, the clues they gave, one was a business card.
Oh, no, I'm not getting these.
Okay.
You were the one who told him what it
Yeah,
probably
like-
was, so that's why he thought you were getting them.
because
Like God, I can't get it. There it goes. There it focused. There.
because I
So there's
have
one.
so many people who be telling me about this stuff, and again, I've got my hands in so many people's podcasts. I got my
not what I
fingers in
thought you were
so
gonna
many
say.
people's podcasts.
You got so many fingers. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm just in so many, and so like I don't need to get these things because I know about so much.
Someone told you like a month ago.
So here's what we've
Yes.
gotten. So for this week's episode, we have a New York Mutual Bank card.
Can I also note that name at the bottom, that's like the standard on Canva. They couldn't change the name?
No. A piece of candy.
Why the fuck?
And what can only be described as the Spider-Man mask from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man when he was wrestling.
So we're gonna see Daredevil do the. We're gonna see Matt break that dude's knee.
No. Yeah, because we've seen this in the trailers of
Yes.
Matt slowly coming back into Daredevil, and so he just puts on that mask to cover his face. So, and I think
Going
the
back to
bank, the
basics.
bank it's the bank robbers.
Yes.
All of this has been. This is
Okay.
Dang, you know what? Jasmine's turned it into you, Adam, right now, where she's just like, I mean, you know.
I was
whatever.
just showing what they gave. That was it.
I mean, so I did see. I didn't know what all came in this one. I've been seeing people post in newspapers. I don't know what week is what. If people are posting them after the episodes or they're posting before.
No,
whatever.
they express send them so they come here before the episode.
Oh, okay.
They're not skimping on pricing for it. Like they're sending.
So I know since we last talked, we've had 2 episodes. The last one was the Punisher, right? I will say, in general, some of the greatest dialogue and writing and emotion. One of the things the prisoner guy who Matt helped get 7 days or whatever, that writing of like they rather pay 5 times to keep me locked up than
you want me to be grateful that you got me 7
Yeah.
days? When the only
that's
reason I had to get that was because of the system. Fuck you. Yeah, I get
which
that.
it was one of those things where it's like, man, but he did get you 7 days. But then when he started spitting, I was like, nah. And people were saying that's also a good thing for Matt to feel and see, right? Like where it's like, bro, and that's the thing that Daredevil always operates in is the system is broken. Like I do want to operate in the system, but the reason that I have to be Daredevil is that sometimes the system is not doing what it's supposed to do.
It's a little more nuanced and deeper than that. It's that Matt grew up Catholic, and so you've got that Catholic guilt, and you've got that almost like knightlyhood of I need to do good. But when your vision of good, which is what he is, he's a lawyer, and like he said, yeah, you got 7 days. I worked my ass off. I flirted. I did what I needed to do to get you literally the lowest
He was
possible
wild
thing
for
I
that
could get.
too.
Right, but then to have a man say, it doesn't like your sense of good isn't good enough. There's a guilt that comes with that. And that's what breeds Daredevil is that as good as I can be, it is never going to be good enough. And that makes him see the Punisher's ideals in a different way. It makes him realize how much closer he is to Kingpin, and that is a scary notion. That the devil you didn't want to be is actually who you are. Or who you could be.
You could be. Adam, I know that Adam gets annoyed at the fact that there's so much
annoyed. What are you talking about?
No,
Adam
it's
just gets
because
annoyed.
there's the hype for people don't talk about the good stuff sometimes. Like we're sitting here talking about like those bars and like those interactions and the dichotomy, but then everyone's just like, my goat's back. He just talked, but my goat's back. And it's like, he's gonna kill those cops. And it's like, but we're gonna have to wait for the Punisher special.
So basically, similar to what Jasmine might have griped about on Instagram, possibly, about everybody and their mother putting John Bernthal up before, like, the episode just came out and everybody already had everything set up, obviously, because we all knew what was coming because of
The trailer
what happened at the
moment
end
was
of the
there.
episode. Right. So, like, we all knew what was happening.
Did we?
But everyone's acting as if, like, the entire episode was, the Punisher back, yes, and it was like, no, it was John Bernthal. It was no action, all words, and the best way of John is fantastic actor. He is
He
so
got
good at
life.
delivering.
What
Yeah,
about Foggy, huh?
he was he's so good at delivering his lines. If nobody's ever seen Fury, go watch Fury. It's a fantastic movie. But like that was the least of that episode for me. I love John, love the Punisher character, but that like you guys were just talking about the jail scene. That was great. That was powerful, but it was overshadowed by everybody just like the Punisher, yes, and nobody was talking about the other thing.
Well, no, I think it's all intertwined. You know, I think that those two things
I
are
get it, but if I just talk about the end result rather than talking about why we're talking about the end result in one whole thing, then it doesn't matter what the end result was because there's no lesson of how did we get to this end result and why are we getting to this end result.
I'll agree with you.
You can sound like you don't.
Also, someone pointed out John was the first one to refer to Dex as Bullseye.
Mhm.
Is that
And then
relevant?
people were debating. They were like, "Why hasn't he killed him yet?" And people were like, "I mean, because like Bullseye would probably fuck Punisher up."
I mean, why hasn't Punisher put a bullet in Cap's head yet? Here we
For
are.
that. Yeah, I wonder if he would. That's curious how that fight would go.
But I do wonder, like, obviously, like, they give you the little clues. They're like, man, who's the Punisher going after right now? He knows about his little fan club, which is probably going to be the plot line of the Punisher special. It's going to include that scene of him ripping up the sticker and being like, bro, go sit the fuck down somewhere.
I do hope we get that. I hope we get that moment. I was going to say serialized, but that's not the right word. But just actualized, I guess.
I do like how they took current events and made it like they addressed it in the best way.
Ooh, and what's sad is the people who need to see it don't. It's just like the guys who like The Boys and don't realize that like they're making fun of you. It's like the people who need the reality check aren't gonna get it. But I will say too, I wanted to share this with you guys. This was for those of us who grew up on that terrible Daredevil movie, but the Kingpin and it was great, and it did make this song popular for me. Can y'all hear this?
Wait.
I mean, this shit went hard when I saw it last night.
But it works. Look at him. Ugh. Whoever did this. Ah! That was so clean.
I absolutely.
God bless you.
Forgive me. And then I don't know why they put the clip of the actual.
So you knew where it was from.
Yeah. So someone put Shawnee Matt. Yeah, shout out to you. He put the end of the episode. That was a cool dichotomy too. Obviously, you guys didn't see that. Say
dichotomy one more time. You're saying that word like you just learned it.
I didn't, but it was a good parallel. That scene actually was showcasing Matt versus Kingpin and both of them creeping back into their old ways. Adam, I know you got something to say about that?
Yeah, that's where I was going, of the painting with the blood smear on it, and then Adam sitting downstairs in the cage.
Ooh.
and Fisk just sitting there eating his steak, just chilling, and Adam's like, please release me. And it's like, bro, you dicked my wife. No.
And
do you think Vanessa knows Adam is down there?
No.
Do you think Vanessa knows that he is missing and it's Kingpin's fault?
Oh, she of course knows that it's him. Well, that's the part that she's not saying. It's the quiet part out loud.
Well, and when I was said something earlier, don't kill him. But when I first heard, she said that like episode 2, she was like, don't kill him. But in my mind, I thought that was her being like, just leave him alone. Like, don't go chase him.
I also thought Adam was present at that meeting. I didn't realize he was a whole other person we hadn't seen until then. That was crazy.
Adam
too.
looks like he would be in the ocean yelling for Wilson right now. Like that's where he's at right now.
The other thing,
did you guys get the haha about that?
Yeah, the
Wilson Fisk.
Yes. Him going down in that basement though reminded me, as you guys were talking about it, of You, when like what the heck is the dude's name in You? Joe Goldberg. Like, remember, he's like, I'm different, I'm changed, and like you literally had a whole like first 2 or 3 episodes, I think, one season where like he's really doing the right thing, and then it's slowly being revealed to you all these actions of like, and he goes down into a basement, and it's like, oh, there's the cage again, and it's like the monster's
But
still there,
it's
man.
you made me do this. I'm doing this for you. You know,
Hmm.
it's that
Yeah.
mentality that Fisk is like, I'm doing this for us. I'm doing
I'm
this
doing
so
it for
that
me and Vanessa, and also it keeps you alive, bro. Like you know, I'm trying to be
I'm
a better
not the
man.
monster. Exactly. I'm not a
I'm not the
monster.
monster.
You
I'm just
just
gonna eat my bolognese right here next to you.
ridiculous.
But I enjoyed. I wish that this was a show that could get a full season. Like I know that it's getting a season, but like
Yeah, what do you define as like a 26 episode Pretty
I
Little
just
Liars? Like what do you want?
not even that. I just feel like we keep having these just very blips of things that could go so much deeper. Because if you think about it, we're over halfway come tonight, right? We're over halfway through the season. Um and it's just like, but there's I don't know. I feel I don't want to be blue balled by the 9 episode format
You're
again.
gonna be. You're gonna
Yeah.
be. That's what are you talking about? You're blue balled every episode. That's the way that you get people talking. Is you hype them up, you give them a little tease, and then you give them a year and a half to wait.
Completely off the subject. A big blue baller right now is Solo Leveling. You gonna have blue balls and blue ovaries after every episode of that.
I'm so behind on Solo Leveling.
Stay
I
behind
just
on it so that you can just binge it.
yeah.
Because when I tell you the end of every episode will piss you off because you're just like, you're good.
I
Just,
just I just, you know, the $7.99 for my Crunchyroll, I just don't got it on me right now. I will. I'll get it back, but I just don't got it on me right now.
I'm checking in my savings and on a little bit in my savings.
Let's talk about speaking of some nothing. Let's talk about Snow White because
Yeah,
that's
I
really
was like, where were you gonna go?
Hey, Segway Central.
y'all got y'all necks okay from that whiplash. That was just
Oh god.
what are we talking about now?
I'm
Anyway,
Gwen
yeah.
Stacy in this bitch.
Well, Jasmine, you went to the carpet event thing for it.
I
Or
did. I
the,
went to 2.
oh,
Listen, and I'm eventually I'll make this video.
Listen, it's crazy.
Okay, so so the first time I watched this, I watched it 2 days in a row, okay? The first time I watched it, I was invited to a press screening at the IMAX headquarters. When I tell you, so many people either didn't show up or canceled, there were not enough people to fill 2 rows. There
They
were
said they wasn't
not
even gonna take the picture of the event, bro.
No, they didn't. They didn't. And what was crazy about it too is they had someone walk in and was like, "Hey guys, so this is IMAX. Please take your trash out. Okay, the movie's starting." And I said, "What? Where? Where is everybody?" I've never been to the IMAX screening where there were only 10 people there. Insane, because it costs so much to rent out that theater.
And at the very least, you get to go to the IMAX headquarters.
The
Like, even if you don't post
IMAX,
that you saw the
you
movie,
have to sign in and get a sticker with your name on it to even be welcomed in that building. Insane.
they could have invited me to watch dog walking. I would go every time because it's the
you're gonna
IMAX
watch the
headquarters.
paint
Like,
fucking
yeah,
not only
I
dry.
that,
don't care.
Not only that, they had like and I gotta post all of this. I think I did actually on my stories. They bought like a $600 worth of candy, like
You
a
did.
candy bar for the way they had to like they left out big old Ziploc bags afterwards that we could just take. Cause it was, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with all these? I was gonna say Slim Jims, but like peach rings.
You gonna snap into them? No, go ahead.
My
Anyway, so
gosh.
all that to say, my first time watching this, I had a weird disposition because I'm sitting with, you know, Collider and who knows, Screen Rant, all these and just whatever. I'm just a publicist,
Could you do me a
producers.
favor though? If you ever sit in a room with media people like that and one of them's IGN, can you kindly just walk by them,
I say, what
look
the
them in
fuck
the
is?
face,
Are you
and
good,
tell
bro?
them, and then tell them to fuck off?
Can you just
Are you
not?
okay?
Like, are you okay? Like, it's really, like, can I hold your hand? Like, what's happening? Who
Stick to
who
video
hurt
games.
you?
Oh, wait, you can't rate those either.
Anyway, so when I first watched it, I think I had that just like, what is happening? And it was just very critical. So I didn't enjoy my experience there. I didn't enjoy the movie at all. The second time I watched it, I took one of my voiceover friends, and within the first 5 minutes of this film, he was bawling his eyes out. And mind you, this was Patrick's event. We had free drinks. We had to dress up. The entire energy was very much a bunch of influencers who were there to not only celebrate the film, but celebrate each other. And I think when
Mhm.
you go into a movie with that mindset that it's not about the movie, it's about the experience, you have a much better time. Because when I tell
Mhm.
you this movie was rough, um, I stand by that. And I don't know, you guys haven't seen it yet, right?
No, I was gonna say the clip enough. I just I know that there's some bland acting. I know some acting needs some
It's
seasoning.
wooden acting. It's wooden acting, and I to this moment really want to see Gal Gadot and Dwayne the Rock Johnson in a film together. Like
They
I
are.
just what film?
Red Notice.
She's not in Red Notice.
Her, Dwayne, and Ryan.
Is she in Red Notice?
That's fucking hilarious. It absolutely is the three of them. They're the headliners.
Yeah.
Hold on, got
I
you.
watched that
Hold on.
movie. She was in it.
Yes.
Oh, Red Notice. I'm so sorry. You said you said I haven't seen this film. For some reason you said Red Notice and my mind went to that Christmas movie. I don't remember.
Red one.
Yeah,
Yes,
Red One.
Red One. And I was like, she's not in Red One. That's crazy. I haven't seen Red Notice. Probably
That's
why.
that's two
Crazy.
typecasts and a wooden actor.
Mhm. Jesus Christ. Yeah, her acting was absolutely abhorrent. And what's worse is like these live actions give you an opportunity to expand upon the stories that we already know. Like I go back to the Aladdin live action, we got to see a whole nother side of Genie. And I know that it was
Mhm.
Will Smith, so
And Jasmine.
obviously and Jasmine. And Jasmine, you got to see them expanded upon. And so in this film, and we've even seen it in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling a lot, but you see that she's covered in her traditional like full on, it almost looks like, a hijab. She's like fully clothed except for her face. And so you gotta wonder, a woman who believes herself to be the most beautiful woman on earth, so much so that she goes to a magic mirror and has it tell her every goddamn day on the hour who's the fairest, because in her mind, fairest means beautiful. Who's the fairest of them all? Why is she so covered? Why is she so exposed? Why cover herself? Why not show herself to the world? Like, I want that backstory. And then when she has to turn herself into a cretin, into an old, haggard woman, why does that not hurt you? That is literally the antithesis of everything you believe in. Why not look into the
Mhm.
mirror and see what this girl has forced you to become and let that fuel you? Like, I just why are you wasting these opportunities to expand upon these stories? It felt
Sounds
like
like an
such a
expensive
miss,
waste
and
of time.
it's not, I mean, it was a story, it was fine. I just wish you would have given me more. You had an opportunity to give us more, and instead you gave us dwarves whose hands that light up for no fucking reason. Like, they light up, you touch the rocks, you know where the rocks are. Okay, why are the rocks important? Why? Do the rocks do something? Or they're just diamonds? Cool. Do the diamonds give the queen power? Why does she want them so much? She just likes shiny things. Okay. Okay, so
I
why
think
do their
for
hands light up then? Why is that significant? You made a point to show us that their hands light up. Okay.
for Adam, I'm sure, and I know a lot of people, what sucks is some people want to go to this film to support Rachel because Rachel keeps getting put in the shittiest positions with her headlining films, man.
Well, like she's even on Broadway. She was doing the Romeo and Juliet thing. That wasn't talked about a lot. Like she's,
It's talked about in the right circles. You just had to be in the circles.
but it needs to be in bigger circles. Is my
Yeah,
problem. She's
mainstream.
dumbly fucking talented. Like it's insane. Her vocals. I've seen some of the acting stuff she's done, obviously, but it's a lot of it's in singing things like West Side Story, Hunger Games, which she was good in. But like, I fucking hate every time she gets put in something. There is some nonsense to it. Now, this is not nonsense for the Snow White one. I'm not calling that nonsense. But what I'm saying is she gets put into a situation where she has to work her way through it. And then when she opens her mouth to speak openly about what is going on and why she feels away, she's almost like backhanded by Hollywood, and is just like, child, go back to the children's table. No one asked you to speak. Well, don't put her in those situations every time you give her a role.
You feel
Fuck you,
strongly about
Hollywood.
this. Jesus Christ.
Don't get me started on Snow White. First of all, let's talk about this now. You've all hit my fuck you button
Did
now.
we ask?
Yes. So here's my problem, right? This movie started like 5 fucking years ago, and the
fuck that
reason
ad blocker.
and
Go
the
ahead.
reason it kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed was because of dumb shit. Now, obviously, pandemic wasn't dumb shit, but then we had this issue of Disney trying to figure out what route were they going with the Seven Dwarfs, because Peter Dinkle over here fucking said,
Well,
"How dare
I'm glad
you?"
he did. I'm so glad that he spoke up, because again, it goes back to what a great opportunity to show a marginalized group of people respect. And what a great opportunity to show a marginalized group of
disagree.
actors, giving them a platform. You just
I don't disagree with the showing
Jesus.
respect, but then Disney changes it to digital spirit animals, basically.
yeah, it's
And then
trash.
after all this,
And
by the way, Peter Dinkle, who's playing a small toxic the Avenger, basically now, is also
But
like, why wouldn't you sign?
it's not even about the CGI. You can have CGI dwarves, but casting regular, I don't know, regular sized people for it. You didn't
Normal
even
yeah.
cast, you didn't even cast dwarves in the voiceover roles. You missed an
Yeah, that's
opportunity
crazy.
in
It
every
feels like backhanded.
it's so backhanded. It almost feels like you're cosplaying a dwarf. Like, it's just so
So
rude.
so like, I understand what you're saying, but the problem was the community came out, and a lot of them who have been in Hollywood for a long time, who've done those, roles that are meant for dwarfs and things like that and stuff. They all openly spoke out in Hollywood, and they were like, he can shut the fuck up. He's talking for all of us, but we're not getting the same respect of, like, what do you think he's getting because he's in Game of Thrones? We're getting it because we didn't get anything because we're background actors or things or stuff like that. And a lot of them came out and said, we want to be in these roles. These are the only opportunities we get to be on camera.
Right.
So it was a very back and forth of that. And I just wish Disney kind of like,
It sounds like they're both saying the same thing, that we want these roles.
right. And Disney wanted to do that originally, but Dinkle's comment was they shouldn't have any little people at all, or not little people, but dwarfs at all in it, and it should be gone because it's always this, and why are the dwarfs have to be this and that and all that stuff. And that's why they went to the forest creatures, because I don't know if you remember the photos to begin with. It was mystical creatures, like a woodland creature and like a leaf and like this and that, and then they switched it over.
It's Seven Dwarves.
But it's been right, and it's been this ongoing thing for 5 years of
Oh.
here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this, here's
Damn, they've
another
been trying to do
problem.
this movie since 2020. That's crazy.
Yeah, like, fuck it, let's just put it the fuck out, and then it comes out, and guess what? Fuck, what do you mean Snow White's not white? Well, what the fuck? It started from 2020. No shit. This movie was originally 1937. Everything was fucking white then. Disney also fucking supported a wrong side, if you remember that. We'll walk away for a second.
No, Adam does get heated when it comes to like Rachel Zegler, because like,
not only that, but just this man supports ethnics so fucking hard that he walks away when oppression gets talked about. That's crazy.
It's just,
this man loves his people of color. Let me.
it is crazy that again, sadly, the subject gets the real root of stuff gets overshadowed by the nonsense, because what everyone's talking about is, why did they cast her as Snow White? Snow White's supposed to be white, and it's just like,
Also,
No.
Jasmine, FYI, the queen originally was wrapped up. So like, I think they just went with visual.
no, but her point was expansions. Like,
I know what
Lion
she
King,
meant.
Lion King, we got to see how Nala ended up going and ended up finding Simba. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Her running into Rafiki, which we never knew. Again, what were the other? What? Or Aladdin starting with seeing the princess, and like, it wasn't the first time she snuck out and all this stuff. Like,
or even
there's
Ariel,
just a chance
like,
to give
we've
more.
got 7 sisters from the 7 seas. They're all different. We get to expand upon these stories that we already know about. And so especially when, because again, you guys haven't seen this, but when she first comes in, she looks normal. She's chilling. She's like vibing like everybody else. She looks nice, but she's not covered up crazily. So if it was a thing of her like, oh, it's a process, like I don't want the sun to touch my skin, which is why like I gotta stay perfect. And if it was something, give me something to explain why she takes such a significant and drastic change. I just it's such a
I get you.
a crazy look. Like let's put a little thought behind our actions.
I guys, I wanted you to know I found this picture of this person said that they had a picture of Gal Gadot's performance real quick.
Oh,
It
I've
represents
seen
it.
this.
I just
Oh,
wanted to
it's
show you.
delicious.
It's unseasoned chicken.
No, they
What do
got
you
some
what?
some lemon pepper on that.
Okay, well there you
There
go.
ain't
Here's
no lemon pepper on that. That is that is just trash from the
so
grill because they also don't.
that
Listen, as a
I didn't know
poor,
if
I
anyone
would
found out
eat it.
about that.
As
I
a
didn't know
poor, I would eat it. And
I
as
didn't
someone
know if
who
anybody
likes
saw.
Disney, I'm a watch. I'm a
Oh, I
watch.
mean, I feel you. I just someone
Listen,
sent me this. They
I'm not
said
gonna
this was a
waste
picture
chicken.
of Gal Gadot's performance.
I'm not gonna
You know,
enjoy it, but it's gonna
enough.
sustain me.
Enough. That's all I ever saw. All I kept seeing was the clip of her be like,
Enough champagne
enough,
to fill the Nile. Enough
enough.
champagne to fill the Nile. Enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Let me know when we're done with Snow White because I got another movie.
We're done. We got 13. We gotta wrap this bitch
Look,
up anyway. Adam,
'cause
come on. What you got?
there was a movie that was talked about last week in the same breath as
Did
Snow
it have
White.
enough champagne to fill the Nile?
No, it had enough negativity to fill the Nile though
Oh, what was
because
it?
I enjoyed it and I don't care.
What movie?
I liked Electric State. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
So that was our show, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I very much appreciate it. I haven't watched it. I have no interest in watching it. I
Neither.
don't, nothing about it. Listen, I'm
Enjoyed it.
getting Mobby Billy Brown fatigue. I have had
My-
Chris
Molly
Pratt.
Bibby Brown.
It's Millie Bonnie
Sorry.
Brown. Okay?
Molly Bibby Brown is hilarious. That was the most auntie thing I think I've ever heard you do was say Molly Bibby Brown. And you said it full, and you said it fast, and you tried to just keep going. Adam's like,
should've let me.
get over here.
It's like
Molly
the
Bibby
insurance.
Brown.
It's like the insurance one. The bibbity bobbity.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, and I have already had Chris Pratt fatigue since ever, honestly. I'm so done with both of them. And to have them in a movie together. And what's so bothersome is that whenever I'm like, I don't want to watch it, they're like, a Russo's brother film? You're going to skip it. I was like, please don't be those people. Please don't be that kind of film bro that's like,
Adams, I see Adam's thought bubble.
everything the Russo brothers, you gotta, fuck you. Fuck you and your high fucking
I'm both
bro
sides on that,
horse.
Jasmine.
I'm about to say, some people have been talking about
I
how Russo
don't
brothers been putting out
care.
some mid.
No. So like,
I just need to preface this. I love you both. Fuck you if you tell me I have to watch something because a director you favor enjoys it. That doesn't mean I'm gonna like the content. And don't make me
I don't
feel
like
like
watching
less
James Cameron.
of a film critic, less of a cinephile because I don't want to watch one fucking film.
so
This is my
Bonnie,
horse. I have to walk away.
I agree. I agree with you. I don't think you have to watch anything you don't want to watch and stuff like that. But my problem is like everyone went into it going, it's the Russo brothers. You have to watch this, right? Like it almost like it's a Christopher Nolan movie or whatever, right? Like they're like, oh my God, you have to watch this. But the problem is every time they do this, they go to watch these and then go, ugh, it's fucking horrible. This is the worst thing ever. And because they want pizza. Bro, it's an Italian restaurant. They serve more than just pizza. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Move on from the Endgame and fucking Infinity War. Take the binky out of your fucking mouth. Like, the Russo brothers do more than that. The Russo brothers have done something that no other directors have done. They made a world called Citadel. And not only did they make a world called Citadel, they did it in English. And then they went to in Italy. Not like just, oh, let's get some people doing it. They filmed it with Italian producers, Italian actors in Italian. Then they did it in fucking Bollywood with other people. And they've taken a whole thing and made it different languages, different ethnicities, different things. And no one talks about it. Do you know how smart you have to fucking be to do that? What?
It's just a lot. That's too much.
It's TV.
I know.
That's my thing is like I have seen more people talk about like when you really put up the full Russo slate. Most of those people who were saying you got to watch it because Russo brothers and they did Infinity War, most of them don't even know about there's a lot of Russo brother like
property.
quote unquote financial
That girl's been
flops.
putting shit out yearly, and everyone's like, "Oh, can't wait for Secret
They
War and
got
fucking
their
Doomsday."
fingers
Shut
in a
the
lot of
fuck up.
podcasts, that's for sure. They got their fingers in a lot of podcasts.
They do. Fingers right up. Let me stop.
All those
But
pods.
yeah, I for me, Electric State, my thing is, I'll be honest, I think that some of the controversy around that, which like Jasmine, you talked about this too, is also like the Millie Bobby Brown, like it's weird to watch. It's really hard to like authentically watch someone who feels like they don't even like have a respect for the art form. So like when she talked about, I was like, oh, I don't watch film. I don't do like when you hear Denzel Washington talk to younger actors and be like, get in the theater. That's where you get your reps in. That's where you
Get on
know how
stage,
you can deliver a different
talk to
thing this
people,
night or that night. Read all that, like, and really be about this shit. It's hard watching him give the advice for the love of the game to the younger people who now are getting to stand next to him and be in films with him,
Well,
and
it's
then
not even
watch
that, 'cause
somebody.
now we can tie this back. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but then you tie this back to the very first thing that we talked about, this Chocolate Thunder man putting ice on his face and we're giving him a platform. It's about who we're deciding to give platforms to, and we've given this Millie Bobby Brown, we gave her a platform at a very young age, and we continue to put her on a pedestal without giving them the proper education and the
critique.
need and critique, but a critique in a way that makes them want to work harder. And I think that's what's missed. We're giving out just, I mean, of course, we're millennials. We grew up on participation awards, but I think it's just who we're deciding to sensationalize and idealize that is really a tell on where we are as a society. And it's just frustrating, especially something like the arts. And it's
Also,
hard.
we need to get shit back in the theaters.
We do. We definitely need to get shit back in the theaters. But I think it's a double-edged
Theaters are
sword
pushing against
because
that.
yeah, but it's a double-edged sword because myself, I'm a content creator. I understand that I got to do the stupid shit to reel them in, and then once I have them, ooh, politics, like, ooh, this is the actual thing, or I got to do the slutty thing to pull them in, and then once I have them there, I can talk about, you know, the things that actually matter to me. It's so frustrating. I don't even know what my point was. I'm just sad.
I think is the best way to put it.
That's all. But
Sorry, guys. I also got to make sure I get to my afternoon dunk.
Why did we bring him on here?
You did. This is your show. We're just here.
I didn't even mean to actually touch it.
Up on the chin.
Oh, you got it on the
Fucking
chin,
fake
huh?
influencer.
Shit.
Fake fucking influencers right here. I didn't actually mean to do it.
That was hysterical when
Anyway.
TikTok was going away and everyone was outing themselves. Oh, that was great.
And then it came back literally with less than 24
Isn't it
hours
supposed to be gone by the end of next month again?
No, it's the 4th, I think, is the deadline, and they're not doing anything, so it's just going to keep going.
Yeah.
It's like daylight savings time still not going away, and we thought it was going away like 3 years ago.
We signed a bill into action. Like, that's actually supposed to happen.
Yeah, apparently when it went to the next step, they just left it on the table until it expired.
They put TikTok in front of it. They're like, this is the real
what's
devil.
important. Okay, well,
I mean, no way I spilled all this on my shirt. At least
I
it was just water.
digress, my friends. We do have to wrap this up. Any final thoughts for the week? Anything you're excited for?
Daredevil drops tonight.
Daredevil
drops tonight.
Tomorrow, Tuesday.
Is it tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Yeah, today's Monday, so it drops Tuesday.
Today.
I don't know what day it is anymore.
It's Monday.
True. Stay safe. Dunk your face in water. Rub a banana peel.
Ashley, what are you excited about this week?
I'm just saying shit for the algorithm.
Play CinemaCon. Packing for CinemaCon.
Like it. Like the video. Subscribe. Oh, you got CinemaCon? That's this week?
That's next week. So I leave on the 31st, and I'll be there the 31st, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yaz will be there.
Back.
Yassine will be there.
Yeah, we'll party.
Yeah, because he's in Vegas. That's good shit.
Party hard. All right, friends.
Bring us back the deets that you're allowed to for the show.
You know I will. Lots of posters, lots of reveals. I think we're gonna watch How to Train Your Dragon, so it's gonna be nice.
Yes, you are.
Hell yeah.
They announced that.
Well,
yes, that's the first premiere for it.
Happy Monday.
Yes, happy Monday, everyone. And until then, I don't know.
Pasta.
Pasta.
Ain't that what you
next
said?
time, friends. Pasta.
Peace.